Hi there, lovely people. This is the real Mart of Kemet, goddess of justice, truth, balance, and harmony. And today I'm going to talk about Omoyele, Sowore, Olawale, Bakare, and Agba Jalingo. All these are prisoners of conscience. They have been detained unlawfully simply because of expressing their rights to freedom of expression, and they have been having unfair trials in Nigeria. And the reason that they have been detained or arrested is that they called a nationwide protest denouncing the socio-economic condition in the country. And we all know that what is happening in Nigeria, despite being Nigeria exporting huge um, huge amount of oil, they remain to be the poorest, and there is so much suffering there. There is so many problems there. There is Boko Haram that is terrorizing people there, and despite even recently discovering that the non-governmental organizations were behind the funding of Boko Haram, and crossing these non-governmental organizations, were reopened back. And if this happened, I would like to urge or ask President Buhari, please shut down uh, those non-governmental organizations, because we cannot continue keeping on with Boko Haram. Years and eons we have been singing these people. They have becoming to people, killing people, innocent people, without having their second thoughts. And also they have been abducting girls, taking them as prisoners of wars in the forest. We don't know what they are doing to these girls, and this should be stopped. And let me say that the Nigerian authorities, they have been targeting human rights defenders, activists, and journalists, and this should be stopped in all African states, because this is what is happening in all African countries. And despite being given bails and meeting all requirements to these bails, Nigeria State Security Services has continued to refuse to obey court order to release the three. We did see that after Omoyele was released, just barely one day in the court, the DSS, they came and they arrested him back, and this is very wrong. This is very frustrating to the people of Nigeria, because there's so much that is happening in Nigeria and need to be addressed. And by silencing these people won't help anything, but it will just worsen the situation. And what I would like to appeal to President Buhari is the charges to these three should be dropped, and they should be released immediately without any condition. And President Buhari should start listening to your people, what they are saying, because if you see many people speaking from left to right, you should be worried that there is a problem and should be addressed. What you should do is that you should unite these people, so that you can address the problems that are facing the Nigerian people together in one unity. And the charges that they have been charged with is terrorism, treason, cyber stalking, money laundering. Seriously, that's because they are just speaking their or expressing their their freedom of expression. This is what they frame these people with, things that even they have not committed, and this should be stopped. People, whenever people as or are expressing their rights, we tend to see these people coming, or the judiciary and the government coming with things that these people have not even committed. And since, because the human rights are violated and the rule of the law does not exist in African countries, democracy has become a tool for politicians to sing during their campaigns, and it's not exercised in a good way. Then I don't know where we are going as African countries, and this should be stopped. Like I said, that these three should be released without any condition, and they should be allowed to continue to do their work. Whatever they were doing for the Nigerian people, they should go on um, with their work without being arrested or being disturbed. And this is a very this will harmonize, or bring the people of Nigeria closer together if you work together, the government and the people who are um, expressing their freedom of rights should be given a chance. So that is it, people. I do have a lovely day, and that is it.